The Subconscious by Annie Besant, read by Dave Marsland of Cardiff Theosophical Society. The Subconscious. The Sanskrit term Jivatma, which appears in this article, has a number of uses, but in this instance refers to the divine spirit in man. Many activities of consciousness, once purposive, have become automatic and have gradually sunk below the threshold of consciousness. The processes which maintain the life of the body, such as the beating of the heart, the expansion and contraction of the heart, the processes of digestion, etc., have all fallen into a region of consciousness on which the attention of consciousness is not fixed. And there are innumerable phenomena not directly connected with the maintenance of bodily life which also inhabit this dim region. The sympathetic system is a storehouse of traces left by long past events. Events not belonging to our present life at all, but events that passed hundreds of centuries ago, that occurred in long past lives, when the Jivatma, which is our self, was abiding in less evolved human bodies, and even in the bodies of animals. Many a causeless terror, many a midnight panic, many a surge of furious anger, many an impulse of vindictive cruelty, many a rush of passionate revenge, is flung up from the depths of that dark sea of the subconscious which rolls within us, concealing many a wreck, many a skeleton of our past. Handed down by the astral consciousness of the time to its physical instrument for putting into action, the ever-sensitive plate of the permanent atom has caught and photographed them and has registered them in the recesses of the nervous system, life after life. The consciousness is off guard, or a strong vibration from another strikes us, or some event reproduces circumstances that start vibrations that arouse. In one way or another, the slumbering possibilities are awakened, and hurling itself upwards into the light of day comes the long-buried passion. There too hide the instincts which oft overpower reason, instincts that were once life-preserving efforts, or the results of experiences in which our body of the time perished, and the soul registered the result for future guidance. Instincts of love for the opposite sex, outcome of innumerable unions, instincts of paternal and maternal love, poured out in many generations, instincts of self-defence, developed in countless battles, instincts of taking undue advantage, offspring of numberless cheatings and intrigues. And yet again there lurk there many vibrations that belong to events and feelings and desires and thoughts of our present life, experienced and forgotten, but lying near the surface ready for upcall. Time would fail to enumerate the contents of this relic, chamber of an immemorial past, containing old bones fit only for the dustbin, side by side with interesting fragments of earlier days, with tools still useful for our present needs. Over the door of this relic chamber is written, "Fragments of the past," for the subconscious belongs to the past, as the waking conscious to the present, as the superconscious to the future. Another part of the subconscious in us is composed of the contents of all the consciousnesses that use our bodies as fields of evolution, atoms, molecules, cells of many grades. Some of the queer spectres and dainty figures that arise from the subconscious in us do not belong to us at all, but are dim gropings and foolish fears and petty fancies of the units of consciousness at a lower stage of evolution than our own. They are our guests, inhabiting our body as a lodging house. In this part of the subconscious go on the wars waged by one set of creatures in our blood against another set, which do not enter our consciousness save when their results appear as diseases. Human subconsciousness working on the physical plane is thus composed of very varied elements, and it is necessary thus to analyse and understand it in order to distinguish its workings from those of the true human superconsciousness, which resembles the instincts in its sudden eruptions into consciousness, but differs entirely from them in its nature and place in evolution, belonging to the future while they belong to the past. These two differ as atrophied vestigial organs recording the history of the past differ from germinal rudimentary organs indicating the progress of the future. We know that consciousness working on the astral plane built up and is still building the nervous system for its instrument on the physical plane. But this also does not form part of what is called the normal waking consciousness at this stage of evolution. In the average man, consciousness working on the mental plane is now building up and organising the astral body as its instrument in the future on the astral plane. But this again does not form part of the waking consciousness.